Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Daniel here from Golden Finds. I'm super excited for today's video as we're going to be decorating my hutch for the Easter season of 2024. Now I decided to only decorate the new and improved hutch. I won't be decorating the older hutch for this season, and I'm super excited to bring you guys along. I wanted to go ahead and remind you guys to just ultimately have fun. Today's video is to bring you a source of inspiration when it comes to your own decorating at home for any season. But remember, ultimately, it's always up to you how you decide how your home decor will look. Everyone can do it, and it's, just a little bit of yourself and your decor is what's going to make it so much more personal in your own style and in your own way. So I hope that you guys enjoy this, and thank you so much for those of you who are always coming back to support me. If you're new, I welcome you to subscribe, become a member here of the Golden Finds family, which is absolutely free, and make sure that you guys are hitting that like button because it does help out my channel. And from all of us here in the Hernandez clan, we wish you a happy Easter for those of you who observe the holiday. And let's go ahead and get started with this year's decorating session. I wanted to go ahead and give you guys a few updates about the hutch. So as you guys can see, there are a little bit of greenery pieces hanging out. These really were more for trial and error. I wanted to kind of give myself an idea of how it would look if I added greenery. So it doesn't necessarily mean that these will be staying. These are just IKEA fake plants that dangle, and I thought they would be perfect. I do like the idea, but I do have a lot of other greenery to play around with. So before you start decorating, this is probably the best time for you to play around on ideas that you've always wanted to do, because once you settle all of your decor in its final place, then it kind of becomes harder to move things around and you end up doing a lot of double work. Definitely take this time to first play around with whatever you've been wanting to do. So I also have decided that I added a wreath. If you guys remember, the back basket is hanging on the wall and it didn't have the wreath. That wreath was actually on another wall, but again, I kind of played around with it. I figured, you know what, it would look really nice having a wreath inside that basket. So I ended up doing that, and it has our insignia H, which was a thrifted find. H for Hernandez, for our last name, which is going to be a common theme that you guys will always see, is you'll see some type of H somewhere. So unfortunately, as you guys can see, this basket covers up the majority of that H. So I'm gonna play around with a few other baskets that I have because I really don't want that piece to be hidden. I may have to find a new place for this basket because it just hides way too much of the H insignia. Now this is a much smaller basket. It was a estate sale find that I found last year. Now this isn't going to give me exactly the height that I need. As you guys can see, you can hardly really see it. So I'm gonna have to play around with something to give it some height, just so I can kind of have it a little bit more higher up there. And then I also have this other basket as well now. Even this could be its own little riser if I didn't want to have anything blocked here, which may work out because we are going to be decorating this space first for Easter. So I'm gonna probably do that. This sits so well on top of this other piece as a base. And now we have a little storage area here as well that I can place something in here. So again, this is the best time for you guys to play around with things and try to figure out if you want to try something new. Like for this case, I had to switch out that basket. But let's go ahead and start with decorating for Easter, you guys. And we are going to start at the very top, like I mentioned, and we're going to be starting with our greenery. So we're going to be playing around with our greenery first to fill out these baskets. I did mention to you guys that I wanted to have like plants or greenery coming out of these baskets, not all of them. And then we also have our carrots that we got at Target, and also the bunnies from the Threshold collection from Target. A tip that I always have for you guys is always have a good pair of scissors handy, because you will be needing them if you are decorating. If you need to cut something, snip something off, make something shorter, it always, you know, is helpful to have a pair of scissors handy with you at all times. So again, starting with the greenery, we have all of the stuff that I found, which includes the Dollar Tree greenery that hangs as well. These are picks. And then I also have these lamb ears that were originally from Hobby Lobby. This was a thrift find that I shared with you guys long ago. I found it at Goodwill for $5.99, and they were originally from Hobby Lobby for $5.99 each, which I have about 1, 2, 3, 4 individual picks. So I definitely scored on these. So these are absolutely gorgeous. I love using lamb's ear. So I'm going to be using both alternately within the baskets. So always start with greenery, I say, but it actually depends on where you're at, because lower down, I'm not going to be adding as huge greenery like this. We're going to be doing smaller ones. So I am going to leave the ones from IKEA. I do love these. They definitely give it character. And I actually have them both on these very tall baskets, which you guys also saw from a thrift haul. I have finally completed all of the top baskets. I have found all of the baskets that I needed, and that section is completed. So now we're going to just add greenery on here. And again, just play around with it to try and see what is the best way that you want to do this. Placing greenery might be one of the most toughest things in any decorating project, because you want it to look perfect, but you also want it to look natural, which is what I'm having a little bit of difficulty here, trying to place things around, trying to see if I can overlap some of the petals and the strands of the plants to make it look more natural. So that's something that you guys are going to have a lot of patience. If you are just like me, you know, you want everything immaculate. So greenery is going to probably take the longest, but we are getting there. And I also wanted to let you guys know that we are actually going to remove these baskets right now, because we are going to be filling these with those Target seagrass carrots that I picked up from the dollar spot section. So I'm going to take these out so we can fill these in later. And I actually want to make sure that I don't place anything around that central area. So I don't know if this basket might be a problem, because you won't be able to see the carrots very well. So I may have to end up moving this. I'm not quite sure just as of yet. Maybe I'll have to place it somewhere on the side, but let's go ahead and continue on with the other baskets to fill the greenery, and we'll move on to the carrots and the bunnies. Now, before we get on with all the decorating, I wanted to go ahead and shout out my amazing friend, Karen. Karen, thank you so very much, my friend. I really appreciate you so much, more than words can say. I have such an amazing friendship with you, and I really appreciate you so very much. You're such a blessing in my life, and you are an amazing friend, and I appreciate you for always being here for me, whether it's on YouTube or on Instagram. You know, thank you for always being there. But you guys, she sent me 4 Easter mugs that are already done. I need a few more to add into my cubby, and she was so wonderful to send me these my way. So there was this bunny love, which is absolutely so cute, in this very soft pink. Then there's this light purple that says bunny kisses. It's so cute. I love this color. She also sent me Egg Hunt in this beautiful green. I love this green. And also Love My Peeps. Thank you so much again, Karen. I truly appreciate you so very much, my friend. these are just a few of the things that I'm going to be using throughout the hutch. The majority of these bunnies are going to be going at the top. We have these from Threshold. This one's also a Threshold piece, but it's from 2021, and these are from this year. This is a Ray Dunn salt and pepper shaker, but that isn't going to be going at the top. We'll find another spot for it. I have my Easter eggs. I have a few apothecary jars as well that we'll be utilizing in the hutch. There's so much more, but this is only a small glance of everything that I'll be using. But our very next step is going to be to set up those baskets with the carrots from Target that we have right here, and also setting up the bunnies. When placing these carrots, I have to make sure that I do it from an angle that you'll be able to see them from the very top, but also to make sure that they do not move out of place. So I'm gonna have to find a way to stack them within the basket, just a few, because we need to make sure we have enough for the other one, and make sure that they're able to be seen from the very top. Now that our greenery and our carrots are all placed in, I think they are ready to call it home. So let's go ahead and add our ceramic bunnies. Now I do have 3 that are in the same pose and 2 that are in the same pose. 2 are the large ones and the other ones are smaller. Now I think I'm going to do at least 3 on top of here, have them scattered throughout the top area. So one in the middle, one on the other side. And then I want the other 2 to be in the bottom hutch areas, because I definitely want to have that presence throughout the entire hutch. But of course we have to have our little furry friends be on top so they can be playing around in all of the greenery and eating all of the carrots. Now I do have carrots left over, the seagrass carrots from Target, which I'm going to actually utilize all throughout the hutch. So again, having that cohesive look. And I had to unfortunately move that little small basket right here, because that will block out the majority of those carrots, as you guys can see. You can't see them from far away, or even if you're near, they get lost within the design of this beautiful basket. So we will find another space area for this through the hutch. But let's go ahead and add our bunnies. I don't think I want to add any more greenery to the front area. I still have some of the lamb ear picks, but I don't want to overdo it up here. I could possibly add another one right here to do something like that, but then I kind of like how it looks, because this is already giving us a lot and I don't want it to take away from that. So I may just end up maybe putting something in this basket. If I put eggs, I feel like you really won't be able to see those, because those would have to be stacked up very, very high. I may add maybe small little greenery pieces. I don't want to add carrots. I might just end up leaving it empty. But let's go ahead and add our bunnies. I said I wanted to add 3 bunnies, but I think it looks so good with just these 2, you guys. I think it looks absolutely stunning. I am in awe. I really love how this came out, and the fact that a majority of this stuff is thrifted is what makes it even more beautiful. Anyway, I absolutely love just the 2 bunnies. I know that I wanted to add 3. You guys saw I made a quick sudden change to this side. This basket just makes so much more sense. That other one was way more taller than the other ones up front, and it just doesn't seem to work for this layout that I'm doing for Easter. But I'll have everything back to normal. I will probably end up keeping all of this greenery, And once the seasons come in, I will go ahead and switch them out, which is what's going to make it so much fun. I'm gonna switch them out for leaves, for like autumn or all those orange, brown colors. I'll be adding pumpkins instead of carrots into those baskets. And again, just throughout the holidays, it's what's gonna make it so much fun. So that's why I always keep an eye out for things all year round, you guys. So that way I'll have them for the upcoming holiday season. So I think I'm gonna leave it. It looks so good. So now I have an extra bunny to play around with in the main area of the hutches. So I don't think I'm going to be doing anything else to this top section. You guys will have to let me know what did you guys think about the upper level, but I'll probably go ahead and start moving down towards the bottom part of the hutch so that way I can start decorating that section. So we're gonna go ahead and start at the very top level here on the main hutch landing. So I'm gonna go ahead and start from this to middle to this side and then work our way down. I know that I have always told you guys to just go around in different areas and, you know, play around with things. You don't have to stick to one level only or whatever you're decorating only to that specific area. Just move around the whole area. This time it's a little bit different because I'm actually going to be leaving a lot of the majority of my Raydon pieces in place and just replace them with certain ones that I have for Easter. So that may be like the canisters or specific things that I will have to take out and replace them for my Easter decor. So that actually is going to be a super simple thing to do, and it will actually make it a little bit more easier when it comes to decorating for each season. So I do have a few apothecary jars and I will be using those as well throughout the decor here, and I'm going to be putting all of those Easter eggs into them, which is going to look absolutely stunning with all of this neutral tone that we are going for. Now I do have several pieces of greenery throughout the hutch. I may remove some of them, just like some of the lamb ears that are sticking out in certain areas. As far as birdhouses, I think I'll be leaving the majority of them. I may take one or two out or just leave one. I'm not quite sure yet, but I do have a big plan for this middle section here, which is going to probably be the most toughest because we're going to be taking out some of these items and replacing them for Easter. So let me go ahead and go grab the rest of my Easter decor and I'll be right back so we can get started. Starting at the very top, now everything that I have that I shared with you guys on my Easter inventory doesn't necessarily mean that we'll make it to the hutch, but we're gonna go ahead and use as much as we can without making it look too cluttered as well. So I may either be leaving the theme, the layout exactly the way it is and just adding Easter decor, or I may be moving things around. Like for example, this top section right here, I do have the neutral egg here with the bunnies. I could decide to either put it inside with this other canister that says thankful or place it somewhere over here. The choices are infinite. So let's go ahead and see where I place some of this decor. And then I also have this cloche that I'll be putting a bunny as well in here. There's already lamb's ear in there, which is perfect. And I have that to also decide where to put. And again, I hope that this brings you guys a source of inspiration when you are trying to do your decorating in your own home for any holiday. I always like to throw tips out for you guys so that it can be a fun and seamless experience. That is ultimately what it is you guys have to have fun. Just have fun in the process and enjoying your work of art, because decorating truthfully is a work of art. So let's go ahead and get started and see what we do with this hutch. section, which is right here. So unfortunately, a lot of this stuff is gonna have to come down because I decided that this is going to showcase the art piece that I found from Walmart. So I'm gonna have to move this entire tray of Ray Done goodies. So we're going to put this right in the middle of that section. This is such a beautiful piece, and I really wanted the full attention of it to be in its own shelf. So we're gonna place it right here, and thank goodness that it fits. I was a little worried thinking that the height was gonna be a little too much for it, but this is absolutely just stunning. And I'm so happy with the place that I chose for it. It's surrounded by all of my Ray Done neutral pieces. Again, not having to make too many changes to this specific area. I'll go ahead and add some other things, but I just knew that this was perfect for this spot. Next up, I'm going to fix this cloche up. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that thrifted bunny that I found from Goodwill, which was originally from Threshold. This is absolutely so cute. I love that it's almost like the same color as the other ones. This is more of a sour cream color, but it still works perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this on right here and then add a little bit of greenery to the side of it. So that gives it more depth, more details, just makes it look so much more cuter. So, and you can always move this around so you can have it the way you want. I think I'm gonna stick it a little bit underneath the bunny, just so it kind of looks like he's hiding within the greenery. So we're gonna go ahead and close this up. Now we're gonna go ahead and add the apothecary jars. These are absolutely gorgeous. One of them was originally from Walmart, and then the other one I found at Goodwill. And I have a bunch of these neutral colored eggs. I also picked up a few bags from Michael's this year because I didn't think I was going to have enough. This is a white one. It doesn't belong in there. And then I'm just gonna add them in here and place them in one of the shelves of the hutch. And this, you guys, is just a simple trick. So easy. If you have something like this, a type of jar like this around your home, definitely fill it with something. It doesn't have to be necessarily Easter eggs, but just add anything that will make it pop out for the holiday season. And look at how beautiful and simple this is. It's so beautiful with all of those neutral colors. It just looks really cute, and I am in love. So I'm gonna go ahead and place this next and then grab the other one as well. So we are kind of getting close to the finish mark, you guys. There are just a few more details that I want to add. There's some things that I want to put in, maybe some more carrots. There's still actually a bunch of canisters as well. So let me go ahead and continue on, and I will give you guys the final reveal and give you a complete walkthrough of the entire look. Talk about coming up with an idea very last minute, you guys. So there was, there's something about these carrots that I just am not feeling. The top ones are fine, but I have a whole bunch of them right here where it's the Ray Done Bunny Treats canister and they're all sticking out. I don't care for this. This looks very cheap. This feels very cheap compared to the seagrass carrot. So I was thinking here, well, I have these extra greenery pieces. So what I did was I have this right here. I have two of them. I ripped off one of them just to test. I ripped it off, pulled it up. I just twirled it and pulled. And then the carrot is styrofoam. So then I just clipped off the greenery right here because this is, you know, bendable wire. And I pushed it in and look at the difference. This looks so much better. I'm in love with this. So I think I'm gonna do that for just these because I don't have enough greenery to change them all up for the ones on top. Unless I was to switch them out for these, but I don't know how they might look with these, but I'm gonna just switch this out for now because I think it looks so much better compared to this frail that they added, and this just looks more realistic with this greenery right here. Guys, we have reached the end of this decorating session. I felt like I was all over the place here. I even did like a small, if you want to call it a DIY in here. I was just like, you know, this is what's going to always happen. Ideas are going to flourish while you're decorating. And again, that's just our artistic mind, you know, thinking through everything that we have and how we can, you know, change it up, decorate it. How can it be moved, altered, changed, you know? It's just a process that we always go through. And even then, you know, there's times where I sit in bed during the night and I'm thinking, what if I did this? What if I did that? What if I added this or changed that or moved this piece to over here? Whatever the case may be, I know that I'm sure a lot of you also have the same struggle. You know, we always decorate one way and then a day or two we end up moving things around and it ends up being a better fit. Or, you know, it just might be the way that you left it as you finish your decorating. But I am so excited to share with you guys the final walkthrough of everything. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this and that it brought you some sort of inspiration to your own decorating needs. I absolutely love when I'm able to decorate for a video here on Golden Finds because not only is it fun and it's also like just me being able to express myself in a way, and using my thrifted finds is what ultimately just really is the cherry on top because a lot of the decor in this hutch has been thrifted. So that is just the big plus for me in being able to do that and share, of course, the inspiration with you guys so that you're able to also decorate your home and be on the lookout for your treasures in your thrift stores so that you can decorate your home for inexpensive items that you are looking out for. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I would love for you guys to drop a comment down below on what did you think of this decorating session for the Easter spring season. But here is the final walkthrough. Thank you so much again, you guys, for coming to today's video. If you liked what you saw, I would love and appreciate for you guys to hit that like button because it really does help out my channel here. And make sure to drop down a comment below in the description box. Thank you so much as always, you guys. Have a wonderful day ahead.